His dad's name is Simon Reddy, and his mom's name is Monique Braille. He had a brother and a sister. His sister's name is Catherine, and his brother's name is Simon. Lewis was born on January 4th, 1803. And on the left is Lewis Braille. The injury. Lewis's dad owned a harness shop in Kuwait. One day when Lewis was 3, he was alone in the shop with pieces of leather. His father gave him he wanted to be like his father, and at this time his father was busy with a customer. So he took a sharp tool to pierce leather called an awl. It slipped in his hands and hit his eye, his left eye. And it was a minor injury, but the infection spread and soon he was blocked. And this is an awl on the right. But what don't you Christians at the war. When Lewis was five, the village had a gathering in which the mayor told them of the war that had started. They had to give the soldiers most of their supplies left. The French win. The war. I put was on May 2nd, 1808, and the Institute for. Can you guys stop pressing the button? Can I do it myself? The Institute for Blind Boys. When Lewis was 10, he got a scholarship to the Institute for Blind Boys. He was already going to a school in Kuwait. He was the top of the class in his village school because, unlike the other kids, he could do problems in his head without like paper, pencil, and also how he got the scholarship. They just the town priest figured out about this school, and they sent a letter about Lewis and told them about it, and they gave him a scholarship. What? Lewis's important vow. When Lewis was 15, he made a vow to himself that one day he will make a code for the blind to read and write. And, that's it. That one day came. The same year when Lewis came home for summer vacation, he made a code. He could read and write as fast as a sighted person. He used slate and pinpricks to invent it, right? Lewis's pinpricks, which is like, they don't use this anymore, they use a stylus to prick it into paper. And slate is a kind of rock, so they would prick it into the rock. And this is a Braille alphabet today. It was a little bit different back then, but a chance. When one of Lewis's teachers, Miss Dr. Pringer, started sending letters to the Ministry of Interior for permission to make Lewis's dots official, to be in books and public places. Time after time, the ministry didn't approve of his code. And they saw it a bunch of times. I don't know what made them not want it. It's because they thought, because they used to use for books, they wanted Lewis to read, they used to use just in large letters that came off the paper. And they were just like zigzag lines, people couldn't read it. He's playing dice. The sickness. When Lewis was 1833, he was a professor at the Institute for Blind Boys, which he went to. And when he went to he visited his family because his father died. While he was there, he woke up in the night sick. He had tuberculosis, and they had not yet discovered a cure for tuberculosis back then, and left what lungs look like with tuberculosis. And actually, Lewis had tuberculosis for 13 years. The death. Soon enough, Lewis was staying in an infirmary. Simon was staying with him for comfort. In 1909, 30 minutes after 7 p.m., Lewis died holding his brother's hand, and that he died, I think, 2 days after his 43rd birthday. 20 years later, the ministry that Dr. Pinger sent notes to finally said yes to Lewis's dots, but it was 20 years after he died and got buried in Kuwait, where his family only showed up to his funeral. The ministry dug Lewis's coffin back up and put him in a much more fancy one. A parade was held in France. He was again buried in Kuwait. Many more people came and he got a statue in Kuwait. Above the parade in France, which is kind of blurry, and this is the funeral, the second funeral after he died, and this is his statue up closer because it's like right there.
And that's his parade?
No, this is his parade, and this is his funeral.
Oh, why do that? That's his funeral. And look, his statue, and then his statue.
About the author. Julia is almost 10. She has a brother, a sister, half-brother, and a stepmom and a stepdad. She has a dog named Pearl and loves outdoors. Her favorite color is pink, and her favorite food is cherries. Her favorite color is neon pink, and her favorite... Did I say pink?
Yeah.
Why did I repeat that? Okay. And her favorite subject is history. She enjoyed studying Louis Braille. And I don't know why I didn't take that out. Yeah. Bibliography. Touch of Light by Anne E. Neimark. Google Images, Wikipedia.org, AFB.org, and this is the book that I read, and that's just the movie for me.